Hi, I'm Ann of All Trades, and today I'm going to tell you about how my friends and I turned this broken, falling apart building into my dream woodworking shop. Three years ago, my husband Adam and I bought a farm outside of Seattle. That farm had a huge shop building on it, and I was so excited to get my shop set up in that building. Unfortunately, right after we moved in, we realized that that building was not structurally sound and that it was either going to have to be torn down or repaired significantly. Now, because we had just spent every last penny we had buying a farm, this dream shop project got put massively on hold. Finally, after 3 years of saving money from every single paycheck, I had saved up enough money to do this project as long as I did it myself. I was able to hire a family friend who also happens to be a retired contractor to help me with the project. Our plan was he was going to come on Thursdays and Fridays, and then I would use the rest of the week to do whatever homework projects he gave me. Because the truth of the matter is, I have never done any kind of construction project before, and I had zero idea what I was doing. So it was super awesome to be able to work alongside Dave, our family friend, to learn a ton of tricks of the trade, to have someone to make jokes with and giggle with as we were doing the project, to have someone who would help me figure out how to correct my many mistakes. But I mean, this was probably one of the most fun projects and most taxing projects I've ever done to date. The amount of physical labor required to build this building, or to repair this building to the state that it's in now, was quite a feat. Also, at the time, I was working full-time, and so I would come home from work and work until 1 or 2 in the morning, then go to bed, get up, do farm chores, go back to work, and then come home from work and sledgehammer some more walls down. So this was a very fun project, but also an extremely taxing one. Here goes the inaugural fire in my new shop. Of course, I had to bring some of the shavings from my chair back from Greg's house in Nashville for this blessed occasion. That's pretty exciting. Wow. You know, I didn't know anything about construction. He taught me basically everything that I needed to know to be able to tackle this building. This side of the building was the side that had the strongest foundation and the easiest restorability, I guess you could say. So we had to reframe a lot of it. We had to shore up the roof. We had to frame in a back wall so that we could isolate it from the rest of the building, which is literally currently in the process of collapsing. So we did framing, we built headers, we cleaned up mold and gross dead animals that God knows how long they'd been in here. We cut out a tiny little window and replaced it with 6 enormous windows and 2 French doors. We built our own headers and we installed those. We had to cut through siding and repair fascia boards. We had to put up new siding and we had to trim out windows. I had to hang insulation and run wire and hang drywall and mud and tape and paint. And there was just all kinds of things that I had never, this project was basically a whole bunch of first times for me with any of this stuff. But it gave me so much courage and confidence to tackle other projects. I learned during this project that I could work way harder than I thought I could. I learned that I was way stronger, both mentally and physically, than I thought. I learned that I can possibly survive for like 2.5 months on 3 hours a night of sleep. The most exciting thing for me about this project was not all of the things that I did, because quite literally, if it was just me by myself, I probably would still just have a gaping hole in the wall where I cut out the first window and gave up on the project. There were so many friends that came along and helped me throughout this whole project, whether it was a friend that would stop by and help hand me pieces of insulation up into the ceiling while I was hanging the insulation in the ceiling, or a friend that would help me lift pieces of drywall onto the lift so that I could do it, because I most certainly could not do that by myself. Other friends who would come and hold drywall up while I was trying to hang it. Other friends who would come over and show me how to wire outlets or how to hang the lights. Probably the most miraculous thing, and the thing I'm most grateful for through this project, is that halfway through the project, my contractor that I'd hired got called onto another job in another city. And I was basically a fish out of water. He had given me some last minute instructions before we went, but I was pretty much stuck. And it was literally at that exact same time that I got a message from a buddy on Instagram who was like, hey, my wife and I are moving up from Florida. We are looking for people to kind of just do life with, to build community with, to do projects with. I hear you're in the Seattle area, let's get together. And Nick and Shannon have, in that meantime, become some of our closest friends. And Nick has bent over backwards coming here to help me. You know, he comes home from work, goes home, has dinner with his family, puts his kids to bed, and comes over here and helps me until 2 or 3 in the morning. And I mean, halfway through this project, I got a call from one of my all-time heroes, Mark Spagnuolo, the Wood Whisperer, and he was like, hey, do you think you could have your shop finished by March so that we could do a project together for my Wood Whisperer guild? He's like, I would really like you to be a guest instructor for the guild. And I was like, I literally have no idea if that's possible, but absolutely, I will have it ready. And I mean, when I told Nick that news, he was like, all right, let's do it. And I can't even tell you how many 2 a.m., 3 a.m. nights we had just getting this place ready in time for Mark's visit. And, you know, we literally finished it in the nick of time. I think I was moving in my last pile of stuff from the laundry room into this shop when Mark pulled up. So literally my first day working in my new shop was alongside one of my heroes. It was the most unreal thing to just walk into my shop for the first day of work and to build something totally gorgeous with one of my heroes. All in all, having learned so much in this project, from using a sledgehammer to hang drywall, how to mud, how to tape, how to paint, while those things are probably not my favorite things I've ever done, it's just so unreal to sit in this building that was built with my hands, but also the hands of my friends. And there were so many memories made in the building process, and so many memories that will be made in the building process of so many things to come in this shop. So thank you so much for taking the time to support me and my channel, and for watching this video. And I'm so excited to share so many of my ideas with you in the coming weeks and months.